It was a foggy autumn night when Emily returned home from her late shift at the diner. The air smelled damp, and the streetlights cast eerie halos through the thick mist. Her small cottage sat at the edge of town, isolated enough to make her feel both safe and vulnerable. As she unlocked the door, a cold gust of wind sent a shiver down her spine. She stepped inside, the warmth of the house greeting her, but something felt off. The first sign was the overturned chair in the kitchen. She hadn't left it like that. Her heart raced, but she told herself it was nothing. Maybe the wind had pushed it. But then she noticed something else. A small, dark smear on the floor leading from the kitchen to the hallway. Blood. She froze, her breath caught in her throat. No one should have been here. She lived alone. She crept toward the hallway, trying not to make a sound, but the old floorboards creaked beneath her feet. The hallway light flickered. She hesitated, her mind racing. Should she call the police? What if the intruder was still here? But before she could decide, she heard something, a low, soft sound coming from upstairs. Footsteps, slow, deliberate. Emily's pulse hammered in her ears. She grabbed the nearest object, a lamp, and held it up like a weapon. Her mind raced through the possibilities. A burglar? Someone looking for her? But she couldn't stop herself from thinking of the worst, someone waiting in the shadows. She crept toward the staircase. The footsteps above were louder now, but strangely they weren't moving. It was as if whoever it was waiting for her to come closer. The air grew colder, and she could almost feel the weight of someone's gaze from above. Slowly she ascended the stairs, each step a painful echo in the silence. As she reached the top, her heart stopped. The door to the spare room was slightly ajar. Through the crack, she could see a figure standing perfectly still, facing the window, its back to her. Emily whispered, "Hello?" The figure didn't respond. It was tall, wearing a dark coat. Slowly, cautiously, Emily pushed the door open, her fingers trembling as she reached for the light switch. She flicked it on. The room was empty, her breath caught in her throat. There was no one there. But on the floor, in the exact spot where the figure had been standing, lay a single piece of paper. She picked it up. Written in jagged handwriting was a message. "You shouldn't have come back." As she stood there, staring at the note, the door slammed shut behind her with a deafening bang. The footsteps were back, and they were coming down the stairs.